about you? How are you feeling about it?
I've gone back and forth on this a few times. Towards the beginning, I did not think that this was going to get as bad as it did. I thought we were looking at a straight V-type recovery. Then I was considering more of a U, a W, an L. I don't know. It's changed. I always looked at this as there were two waves. We had the initial wave, which was just the panic of the pandemic setting in, the stay-at-home work orders, the shutdown of our country. Mm-hmm. And I thought the more dangerous wave that was going to hit quickly, it was going to cause a ton of disruption, and unfortunately, it was going to cause many people to lose their jobs and go out of business. Then behind that, I see this slower moving wave that's ultimately going to stem from unemployment. We're going to have north of a 20, if not 25, 30% unemployment rate. And I don't see that dropping back below 5% anytime soon. And I think the reverberations of that are yet to be seen. And it's probably going to take north of a year for that recovery to set in. It's one thing to say residential real estate may hold up. You're right. There's a shortage of housing. People need a place to live. I think residential as compared to retail and office is definitely a safer investment class. But we can't deny that that's all connected. If retail and office is not doing well, because the businesses that were operating in them are not doing well. And if those aren't doing well, that means that we have fewer jobs, we have more unemployment. Larger unemployment numbers just means that people can't pay their rent, or they can't afford to pay the level of rent that they were paying before. So you could see decreases in rental rates. You could see just an increase in vacancies. We'll have to wait and see how that all plays out. But to your point, the market's been doing pretty well so far. There's a lot of speculation that that's stemming from the amount of stimulus that the government's pumping into the economy. And depending on how long that lasts, we'll see whether or not it holds up long term. But it's hard to say. I mean, we're talking about super complicated macroeconomic stuff. And it's crazy because we live in a day and age where you go on social media and everybody has a strong opinion about everything and they think they have the answer. Right. The reality is none of us have the answer. I mean, we have our opinions, find narratives that fit the story that we believe in. But the truth is none of us know. I was having a conversation with somebody a few weeks ago who was complaining that the way the PPP loans were implemented and the government stimulus was implemented was wrong, and that it led to banks making billions of dollars for these PPP loans, and there should have been some centralized agency that was administering it, and down this rabbit hole of issues. And not that I believe in one direction or another, but I was just playing devil's advocate for the sake of it. And I said something along the lines of, it's great to say, yes, there should be a centralized agency doing it, but we were faced with an unprecedented pandemic where the government was forced to act quickly and had acted faster than it ever had in history. Mm. And on the one side, you have some people saying that the government still didn't act fast enough. On the other side, you have people saying that the government acted too quickly. And as a result of that, funds were not applied or dispersed in the way it should have been. And businesses that needed it didn't get the funding. And the sad reality is that, yes, you could say that there should have been some centralized agency to administer that, but that takes time to set up. You are relying then on a government to hire people, set up policies and procedures, vet those people, train those people. That's months of work. If we stopped to do that, then nobody would have gotten money and more businesses would have shut down and more people would have unfortunately had to have been let go. You have limited time, limited resources, and you have to act. And sometimes it's not easy to make great decisions, but we'll see how this all shakes out, I guess. I don't know.
With you, especially on the certainty aspect, I think people start looking for comfort just in certainty, whichever way it is. And it's just a way to feel a little bit better sometimes, but we got to stay away from that when it's really not down. Yeah.